Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're digging into January 16th personalities today. Listeners want to know what makes them tick, so let's get into it.
Sounds fascinating. Ready to unlock some secrets.
Absolutely. This source calls January 16th the Day of Fulfillment. It's not just checking things off a list, though, is it? This goes deeper, suggesting a need to make a real impact. What do you think about that, this link between January 16th and this deep need for fulfillment?
It's a great place to start because it seems like for those born on January 16th, this drive for fulfillment, it's not about just any goal. It's got to be something deeply meaningful. And yeah, it's more than checking boxes. It's about feeling a sense of purpose in those accomplishments.
More than just ambition, then, like an inner fire that needs to be fed by meaningful work.
Exactly. This source even mentions ego reinforcement as being super important for January 16th individuals. It's almost like they need that validation, not in an egotistical way, but to affirm that they're on the right track, that their efforts are actually making a difference.
I see how that could be a powerful motivator for sure. But could that need for constant validation create challenges?
Oh, absolutely. Imagine needing that constant reassurance, that feeling of accomplishment, just to feel truly satisfied. That could get tricky. On one hand, it fuels this desire to contribute, to make their mark on the world, but it could also mean they take on too much, constantly pushing themselves to reach that next high of achievement.
So listeners, if you were born on January 16th, does this resonate? How do you experience this drive for fulfillment in your own life? What helps you stay grounded, avoid burning out? Speaking of balance, the source digs into astrology a bit, mentions the number 7 and the planet Neptune even. What's the significance there? What does this have to do with someone born on January 16th?
Well, this is where things get interesting. We're talking about Capricorn, right? Known for being practical, grounded. But then you had Neptune. You get this layer of dreaminess, of intuition. It's like one foot on the ground, one reaching for the stars.
Almost like this inner tug of war between those two sides. Capricorn's grounding and Neptune's whimsical influence. How does that usually play out for someone born on January 16th?
It's fascinating. They're drawn to ambitious things at Capricorn practicality, but Neptune can make them over-idealize things. Chase dreams that aren't totally realistic.
Makes sense. Striving for that fulfillment we talked about, but with some Neptunian detours along the way.
Exactly. The source actually talks about this. It says people born on January 16th, they need self-awareness when it comes to their dreams. It's about finding that spot where ambition and achievable goals meet, where they can channel that drive into something that lasts.
Walking a tightrope, kind of. Big dreams, but got to take practical steps to get there. Now, the source mentions the tarot too. The Tower card specifically, and that's never subtle.
Oh no, the Tower is all about upheaval. Sudden change, often unexpected, can be unsettling, but every ending is also a new beginning.
Okay, so how does that connect back to January 16th? This dramatic tower imagery.
It speaks to the potential for both success and setbacks. Remember that drive for fulfillment, Capricorn ambition plus Neptune's vision. Well, the Tower reminds us the higher you climb, the further you can fall. If they're not careful, they might build their tower on shaky ground.
So a cautionary tale then. Build on solid foundations. Don't let ambition make you unrealistic.
Right. Recognize your limits, set realistic expectations, and don't sacrifice well-being for those goals. It's about finding a path to success that's sustainable, not just a quick burst of glory.
You mentioned self-awareness earlier. The source also talks about finding your niveau. What's that all about?
So niveau is French, basically means level.
Mm-hmm.
In this context, it means January 16th, folks really need to understand their own capacity, strengths, and yeah, even their limitations.
Be honest about what they can actually achieve without pushing themselves too far.
Exactly. True fulfillment, it doesn't just come from reaching the peak, it's about enjoying the climb too. Finding joy and satisfaction in the entire journey.
It's amazing how all these pieces fit together. Fulfillment, Capricorn, Neptune, even the Tower card. It's a lot to think about. So what can someone born on January 16th do with all this? How can they actually use it?
It's true. Information is only useful if you apply it. Luckily, this source gives some good advice. One thing that stands out to me is how important relationships are.
Why do you think those are so crucial, especially for January 16th birthdays?
Well, think about it. That drive for fulfillment, that Capricorn ambition, can make them kind of, go it alone sometimes. But having loved ones, friends, family, mentors even, it keeps them grounded. Like a touchstone, right? Reminding them what matters, offering support when things get tough, celebrating their wins.
A safety net while they're walking that tightrope we talked about. Someone to keep them steady, cheer them on.
Yeah, exactly. And this connects to another point the source makes, finding fulfillment in the small stuff. Don't put all the pressure on those huge achievements. Find joy in the everyday too.
So instead of waiting for some big moment of recognition, just appreciate the journey. Find happiness in simple things.
Right. Could be anything. Gratitude, hobbies, being in nature, even just enjoying a good meal. Anything that sparks a little joy in their day.
That's a good reminder for everyone, not just January 16th. Fulfillment isn't some far-off thing. It's something you choose day after day. Well, this has been an awesome deep dive. We hope you've learned something about yourself, maybe about those January 16th folks in your life too. Remember, self-awareness is a journey. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep exploring the world around you.